Almost done. Please wait, almost done. So, okay, I think it's done. Okay, good. Right. Okay, Abigail, you can see me, right?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, nice to meet you. Take this off. Today is a trial. The trial has two functions lah. For me to know your style and for you to know my style, right? I think we can accomplish that in 1 hour. Then I hope it will help us see whether we should continue or not. That means I'll try to understand what you need. You can see whether the style gonna fit you. If not, then if you join a tuition, then you're jumping into a dark. You do not know what's going on. And if it doesn't fit, there is no point in making you suffer lah for another 1 year, right? Okay. So, however, I have an impression when I talk to your father that the tuition is more of your parents' idea, yet not so much your idea lah. That's the impression I get, right? So I want to hear from you lah. So what are your thoughts on all this?
I don't know, man.
Sorry, your voice is very soft. Wait, what's going on here? Okay, there you go. Try again.
Not really sure.
What are you not sure of? I don't mean the tuition, tuition is not the important thing here. I mean, I guess your math or your school or Sec 2 or yourself lah, or your teacher, those things are more important than tuition.
What do you mean by that?
I'll give you an example, right? Give you an example. One of my students, right, now going to Sec 4, so 2 years your senior, right? Her situation is very classic. She takes the additional math. You know what's additional math?
No.
Do you know that in Sec 3 you will usually opt for the science stream or not so science stream, something like that?
Okay.
Right. So that depends on your Sec 2 marks. But the point is, when you opt to a science stream, you have to take 2 math. So the usual math, that's what you're doing right now, just a continuation, and what you call additional math. The name is additional, but that's the hardest subject that you can take lah, probably in preparation for O-level. So what's her situation? Her situation is she takes that together with sciences, and according to her, the teacher or the math class is really not helpful at all. That's the nice way of putting it. That is a very classic situation, no, where I also cannot study by myself. That's what she thinks. So better get help somewhere. Okay, then tuition makes sense. Okay. So I just go and ask her, why do you want to study AMAT and blah, 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 blah. The point is she just wants to do well in AMAT. Okay, then there's some good motivation to do tuition. So it's not a waste of time. Right? Back to your case. You don't have AMAT. Your math is A1. Am I correct? The report card A1. Your father shared with me. Your science A2. Right? Yeah. The rest, okay, B3 and whatever. Still looks very good to me, right? Then, so I was communicating with your father, and I say, if Abigail maintains A1, A2 for math and science, she will be accepted to the science stream in Sec 3 if that's what Abigail wants, right? If she can maintain that, I don't think there's a problem at all, right? So your situation is very different from the senior that I mentioned just now. Do you have something that makes you feel that getting tuition, is important or useful at this stage?
No, not actually.
So in that case, maybe right now the conclusion is you shouldn't have tuition. Does that make sense right now?
Yeah.
All right. So you're not sure or you are sure?
I'm not sure because like I haven't really seen like what Sec 2 has to show, what Sec 2 is going to teach us. Then like I'm not
Fair
sure
enough.
whether I need help in it or not.
Right. Then for this trial, because in the end, the purpose is to know each other's style. The purpose is not to decide whether you want tuition or not. If we know each other's style, then it will help you decide more. Make sense, yeah?
Yes.
So since you say you don't know what Sec 2, then why don't I just jump to some of the Sec 2 topics? It will be a continuation of Sec 1, right? So I'll know how your Sec 1 is immediately. I will know your report card say A1. I will know what A1 means actually. Is it really good? Is it, there are some gaps here. I think we can accomplish that in less than 1 hour. Okay, shall we try that? All right. So now, I'll show you something first. So this is a drawing pad. So I have a drawing pad, right? So I can just write naturally. Why is that important? You say? Sorry, did you say something?
No.
All right. Do you have a drawing pad or something? Something
No.
that allows you to write naturally.
At most I just have an iPad.
But you do have an Apple Pencil.
Yeah.
Oh. Then why don't we use that? Much better. Why don't we use that and you install an application called Google Jamboard in your iPad? Is that possible to do?
No.
Because this is your school's iPad.
No, it's like actually my own, like my own iPad, but like
you can.
I can't install anything on like Google because like my father just logs out of his account.
Logs. You mean you don't have a Google account in your iPad?
Yeah.
Is your father at home?
No.
Right. Is your mother at home?
No.
Okay, right. Okay, we're doing this the normal way. So we forget the iPad and Apple Pencil. That will be extremely useful when you decided to do online tuition like this, right?
Okay.
So I want to clarify a few things. This is not probably your COVID online class. This is supposed to be very interactive. This is supposed to be like on-site, just online. So I'll show you what it means. For today, you do not have a drawing pad. That's the assumption. So you cannot write as naturally as I want you to be. I can, so I'll just write more than you today. Normally, if this is a normal tuition, the student write more, right? The student write more, the student do more, I see more of your work. This is not an online class where you see my work. No, I see your work. I think that makes more sense, right? Yeah, but today, especially because it's going to be a new topic for you, you will be seeing more of my writing and my work. So I guess that's good for you to figure out my style. Okay, right. So you're using Android or sorry, you're using a laptop right now, Windows laptop?
No, I'm using my iPad right now.
You still need to go to Jamboard. I know. I'm going to share my screen so you end up seeing my work more. This is not my normal tuition, right? Shall we do that?
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to share my screen so that you can follow, right? Share my screen. It should be this one. Right, so you're seeing my Jamboard, yes?
Yes.
Now my face is not very important, so I'll turn off my video for now, right?
Okay.
Now, I will make a Jamboard. Here's a new Jamboard, right? Okay, have you seen a Jamboard before? Have you seen a Jamboard before?
Yes.
Like this Jamboard. All right. So do you know how to use a Jamboard?
Yeah.
So that means no need introduction. So in a Jamboard, it will be very nice if, for example, I can write something nice like this. So I'm just using my drawing pad here. Hi, Abi. Now, I'm going to share with you, even though you cannot benefit from the sharing right now. So just tell me your email. What is it?
Abigail.
Abigail.
Dot. XY.
XY.
Dot young.
Young.
At gmail.com.
Right. So I get that correctly there?
Yep.
All right, good. So you're an editor, meaning actually, every Jamboard I share with my student, it's not my Jamboard. It is the student Jamboard. I'm just going in to help you inside the Jamboard. Meaning to say the Jamboard is for the student to use, manage, whatever, right? Okay, so that's the thing here. So here I'm just going to try Abigail trial, right? So next time you log into your Jamboard, you will be able to see this particular one. Can you?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, in your iPad, if you are following my screenshot, you should be able to annotate. Can you annotate? Enable annotation. Can you annotate, please? Annotate and use your Apple Pencil. That would be great.
Wait, how do I annotate?
Right. So in the Zoom menu, this is iPad, right? You should be able to simply find the annotate menu. Try to search around a little bit because I'm not an iPad user. It should be there. Any important WhatsApp? No. I'm going to turn off the WhatsApp first, yeah, so that it doesn't disturb us. Bye-bye, WhatsApp. Okay. You tell me if you have problem, yeah? Finding annotate.
Yeah, I can't find it.
Okay. You have your handphone, right? You have a phone. Why don't you take a picture of the Zoom menu that you can see? You send it to WhatsApp, then I'll guide you from there. Okay?
Okay, sure.
Okay. So I'm looking at my WhatsApp. Do you have my? Oh yeah, you have my WhatsApp. Okay, I'm seeing your menu, right? What I'm seeing is the, okay, when you do view option, what do you see? Can you read for me the menu one by one? View option, or you can take a even better, right? My goodness, that's not that's not a menu. My goodness, right? Is iPad really that bad, right? Is iPad really that bad? No, iPad is good, but this is iPad does. Okay, so you cannot annotate. You have never annotated in a Zoom before using your iPad.
No.
Okay, right. Okay, so back to our not ideal case where I write more and then I'm going to ask you a question because I cannot ask you to write. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, clear frame. Okay, simple question for you, Abigail. Sec 1 or Sec 2? You have never seen Sec 2, I know. So if you think this is unfamiliar and maybe it is new, then maybe you should guess it is a Sec 2, right? So Sec 1 or Sec 2?
Sec 1.
You sleep. I'm going to make this instead, right? So. Yeah. Okay, that's better. Okay, back there. Now, the second one is Sec 1 or Sec 2?
Sec 1.
Show me how to do it, as in tell me lah. Yeah, because you cannot write, I can only write what you tell me to write. So tell me what you want to do.
Yeah, I don't know.
Really?
Yeah.
Let's do the first one. The first one, what would you do?
4 plus 3.
If I guess correctly, this is what you mean, right?
Yes.
And 12, right?
Yeah.
For checking purposes, you tell me whether your teacher teach you this or not. By right, every algebra question can be checked for mistakes immediately inside exam, right? So what do? We just sub 7, right? Just sub x equals to 7 into the original. To the original, meaning to this guy, right? So let's check. Does this look correct?
Yes.
So your answer must be correct. We're going to do the same thing for this one. Now, why don't you follow the same thinking you have with this simple question? Why don't you do that? Okay. Why don't you? What should I put on the left-hand side? Abi? No
Yeah.
idea.
No. Well.
Follow the simple question.
Two.
Follow it. What do you put? Maybe I'll ask the other way. What do you put on the right-hand side? Oh, you put 4 plus 3. Okay, so what do you put on the right-hand side here?
Four.
I'll just make it very clear. It's 0 plus 4, right? 4 lah.
Yeah.
Okay. So what is on the left-hand side?
Two to the power of 2.
No. Left-hand side first. Wait. Let's go here. Left-hand side?
X to the power of 2.
Right. And then, what do you want me to do? Left-hand side or right-hand side? Wait, when I say left-hand side and right-hand side, your teacher does not say, does not use that phrase, isn't it?
No.
What does your teacher use to describe the left-hand side of the equal sign and the right-hand side of the equal sign? There's always two sides, right?
I don't think she's ever like used that term before. Like,
oh dear. For your A1 math, which is a very great, it's a very great mark. Yeah. How's your algebra?
I think it's just average.
You mean the other topics you are stronger?
Yeah.
For example, mensuration or the prism, all the prism and stuff, prism, cylinder, I think.
Wait, can you repeat that again?
Mensuration, the cylinder, the prism. Did you learn that in second?
Yes.
So is that stronger than your algebra, for example?
I think it's on the same level.
Those two are big topics. Considering you say it's average, your A1 must be really good, isn't it? I mean, or you're being humble, right? Either way, let's try. So I hope it makes sense if I just say something, slightly new than your teacher. I hope it makes sense that an equation have a left-hand side and a right-hand side, right? And you were moving the -3 to the right-hand side. At least your teacher should say phrases like that. You move things. Am I correct?
Yeah.
So you move the 4 from the left-hand side to the right-hand side. I mean, how else would you do a move, right? It's from left to right. Sometimes you do from right to left, just sometimes. Okay, fair enough, yeah? Right.
Yep.
So let's continue. You are here. So tell me, do you want to change the left-hand side or the right-hand side?
Right-hand side.
The left-hand side stays, yes?
Yes.
Right side too?
What?
Change the right-hand side into?
To just 4.
Okay. All right. How should we continue?
Use a square root?
Sure. What is the left-hand side and what is the right-hand side?
Wait, can I just write it down and like text you?
Yeah, that is a much easier way. Now you see why I prefer students writing rather than me writing, right? So, totally agree. Why don't you use pen and paper and I'll just follow using WhatsApp.
Okay.
That's why intuition. The important thing is your writing. It's your writing. That's important. Okay. All right. Now, is this what you want me to write? So here, like that, like that.
Yes.
Abigail, look at this
No.
formula. Yeah, it doesn't make sense, right? Root 4 is not equal to 4. Like that doesn't make sense. Try again. Express yourself more clearly. I think you know what to do. Write a bit more, Abigail. Your writing looks nice. I want to know more. Okay. Okay. Now I'm going to copy this, right? Image. Put it in my Jamboard. Okay. Please take a look at my screen. Yeah. Right. Now I'm going to introduce to you an informal term. So you will not hear your teacher say this, but it is, I feel, very, very useful. The term is doldor. What is doldor? Whatever you do to the left, you do to the right. Okay, whatever you do to the left, you do to the right. So, for example, this is what you propose to do. I will propose you something slightly different. Whatever I do to the left, I must do to the right. Okay? Make sense?
Okay. Yeah.
Therefore, what happens to the left-hand side? You tell me. Square root of x squared is? So square root of x squared is? No? Abi, do you need some help? Sorry.
Yeah.
All right, let's try this. Square root of 4, what is that?
2.
All right. Would you be surprised if I say that dot that plus and minus?
What?
Right.
No, what did you say?
Plus and minus. Sorry, you're supposed to look at my screen sharing. You're supposed to look at my screen sharing because you cannot access a Jamboard. Are you seeing it?
Yeah.
Plus and minus 2. Instead of just 2, square root of 4 is not 2. If you are sec 2, if you're sec 2. If you're sec 2. This is sec 2 stuff. From now on, it is not true that your calculator say square root of 4 is 2. No, that's only half of the answer. It's plus 2 or minus 2. Always the case. Very curious. Does this make some sense? for you?
No, not really.
All right, then put a question mark lah. What is this sec2 thing about? Especially the minus, the plus I think makes sense. Let me go to the left-hand side first. Square root of x squared is x. Now, does that make sense? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right. So this one, okay for you. So I won't say that as a sec2. Now, I will explain this new thing. Now, this is where I think part of my style comes in, right? I will explain why minus 2 is correct. Very simple. Very simple. Look at. Now, do you know what I'm doing here?
Kind of.
To make it clear, I'm just checking my answer. Okay, this is exam, I want to score, whatever, right? So
Yeah.
I just check by subbing things in. Now, would you do me the honor of checking my answer? Is +2 correct? And is -2 correct? What do you think?
Yeah. Both of it is correct.
Both is correct. So,
yeah.
This is surprising maybe for you, but this also shows that I'm not just bluffing you or asking you to memorize. At least that's not what I'm trying to do. The -2 is legit. Can you see that yourself?
Yes.
You may not know why, but it's legit. And it's something that you can prove or remind yourself even in exam, if you ever need to, right? As for the calculator, I'll try to explain a little bit like this, right? The calculator never tells you the full answer one, especially in more complicated case. Here is one of the cases where your calculator does not tell you the full story. In terms of square root 4. In reality, square root 4 has two legit answers. One, of course, provided by the calculator, and one, our mind can see better than the calculator. It is -2. Another explanation looks like this. Exactly what I did in the substitution. +2 squared does become 4, and -2 squared does become 4. Correct, right? This one you can see with your own eyes, okay? You can understand it. That's why if I square root, remember doldo, right? Whatever you do to the left, you do to the right.
Yep.
What happens when square root means square? They just eliminate each other. That's why we do it, correct or not?
Yeah.
So the square root here also eliminates 2. Now look at the right-hand side. The right-hand side is simply square root 4. So square root 4 has two answers. This you can only see with your mind. Your calculator will never tell you or remind you of this. Either you understand it or you memorize it. I hope you don't memorize it. I hope you understand. What is your thinking? What's your opinion? What's your question?
What is like?
Yes.
-2 still like add up to just 4.
Right. So one more time, ma'am. Let me get back here. Now, you think carefully first. Can you accept this or not?
Yeah.
All right. So I expand the left-hand side. The right, because the first case very easy one. So the left-hand side of the second case looks like this, like -2 times -2, right? And then just to make it clear, it becomes +4 because minus times minus is, well, negative times negative is positive, correct?
Okay.
Let me state that this is Sec 1 stuff. This is one of the first thing you learn in Sec 1. Yeah? Negative times negative is positive. No?
Yeah.
Now, in Sec 2, you learn the reverse. If I square root a positive 4, remember, it can come from positive 2 times positive 2, or it can come from negative 2 times negative. Can what?
Okay.
That's from your S1. That's from your Sec 1. Still like that one. Does this convince you that -2 is a legit answer?
Yes.
I have to pick up the grab food. Hello? Thank you very much, ma'am. I'll open the lift for you. All right. Any question then so far?
No.
All right. The space is full, yeah. So I'm gonna ask you to go to just look at page 2, right? Just look. No, I'm sorry. I'll give you one more example here. So this is a very similar question to the second one. Would you do this on paper and present as properly as you can? Then send it to me. Just a minute. Excuse me, ma'am. If you just put on the floor, please. Yeah, no problem. Thank you. Thank that. All right. Now I cannot see whether you're having trouble or not. This is, this is because we remember you. Don't wait too long. Just send me something if you have a problem, so I can follow you.
Wait, what was the question again?
Oh, you cannot see. Oh my goodness, I forget you cannot see the question. Sorry. So this is not an ideal thing. Should be better next time. Okay. I hope you see the question already. You tell me whether you have a problem. Don't wait for too long, yeah?
Okay.
All right, I'm saying something. All right, now I'm gonna copy paste, right? So you see that, you see that. Okay. Then I'm gonna put it here. So just waiting. So you see my screen, yeah?
Yeah.
Now watch how your brain works. Watch how your brain works, yeah? Your brain accepts some of the new thing. In fact, your presentation looks very similar to my presentation. This is good because this is what your teacher expects you. So it's good. But notice that you filter out one new knowledge that you have just accepted like 2 minutes ago. Did you see what you missed? Like you're doing very well. Presentation is great. Everything is correct. You miss out one thing. Do you see it?
The plus and minus.
Not the plus and minus, the minus. The plus, you're there. Of course, you have to write plus and minus if you write minus. But it's the minus that you're missing. See how your brain works. You are give your brain some time to accept and process. And when you finally accept, please put a plus and minus sign. If you have some doubt, time to ask.
But like, how do I like put that?
Oh, just put that. It is totally acceptable by the teacher that you just put plus and minus. No
Like,
additional steps.
like how you did.
Yes, precisely
Yeah.
like how I did. No additional step necessary. No explanation necessary. That's why some people memorize. Actually, maybe most people memorize. Because the teacher doesn't demand any other explanation. He is very happy if you remember. Okay. Okay, have you put it in?
Yeah.
Then I'll just put it in for you as a sign that, okay, there you go. That this is a great start for Sec 2. Now, in the back of my mind, I hope that you understand the reason. Yeah? Then you will be able to memorize easier, even if that's what you want to do. Right? Any questions so far?
No.
Okay. Is it too much if we go a little bit more advanced into Sec 2?
No.
All right, let's give it a try. Now, this is Sec 1 or Sec 2. I'll call it for now on. This situation is now Sec 1 or Sec 2. Maybe it's both, okay?
Okay.
Yeah. Now, the way we solve it just now is more like Sec 1. It's very heavy Sec 1. So you use a dual door, right? So the dual door like that, and then you square root, and then you have an x on the left-hand side, and the right-hand side is like that. Let me show you what the Sec 2 teachers will tend to do. They do things a bit differently, and I'm hoping to show you why. Okay, so watch. Instead of doing the door, I'll call this the door method, right? The door method. Very common technique for algebra until, I don't know, until university. Door is a good. But in Sec 2, they will instead do this. They did not do anything to the right-hand side. Do you see that? The right-hand side is still 0. 0 is 0. Right-hand side. Can? Did something major to the left-hand side. Now, this is called factorization. And this is secondary to factorization because you have never seen this at all in Sec 1. This is secondary to factorization. X plus 4, x minus 4. Right. So at this point, this should look new. Am I correct? This is totally new.
Yes.
Okay, now time to explain. I'm not interested to ask you to memorize or practice lah. Right. So, what is the reverse of factorization, Abigail? That's a second one thing. Let me explain what I mean. Yeah, let me explain what I mean. Right. So in Sec 1, you will see something like this. This is Sec 1. Huh? 2x minus 6, right? Right? There's no equation here. Now, Abigail, is there anything that you can do for 2x minus 6? Is there anything that you may want to do for 2x minus
6? 6 divided by 2.
And then what? Or you can write on paper. Again, this is just easier. It's so difficult to just say math. Right? Just do what you want to do. Okay, I'll follow using WhatsApp. How I wish that you have a Jamboard. something right now.
I assume that 2x equals 6, to be honest.
2x now, Abigail, this is an important question, very important question. I don't get what you do. I have noticed this style, and I'm a bit scared of what you're doing. Could you explain to me what you did? This is very important. What is going on here?
I assumed that 2x meant was like equivalent to 6.
No, that was 2x minus 6, not 2x equal to 6. Just saying, right? It's obvious there. Then?
Oh, then I don't know.
All right. Okay. No. Okay, I'm gonna put it there. In our tuition, in your seniors and whatever, we don't erase mistakes, man. The mistakes are there for your own record, right? Nobody else can see this. Right? This is only your Jamboard, so that we can come back and look at it. This is very important because it kind of tells you and tells me what you were thinking. What you're thinking is important, right? The writing is just a product of your thinking, right? So this is not an equal sign. This is really a minus sign, right? It's a minus sign. So, do you notice that? Okay, I'm gonna make a comparison here. Give me a random number, please. You're saying?
12.
All right. Now, Abigail, another important question, yeah? This one and
Yes.
that one. What is the difference, according to you, between the first guy and the second guy? What's the difference? What do you think is the difference? No need fancy answer. What do you think?
The first one doesn't have like a product.
Sorry, what do you mean by a product? Sorry, tell me.
Like it doesn't really have an answer.
It doesn't have an equal sign.
Yeah.
Right? You are correct. So I'm gonna put it there just to make it very clear. So dot something. So it doesn't have that. Okay, good. The other guy has. What's the word here? What's the consequence of not having or having the equal sign?
You don't know what X stands for.
For the first guy, you're saying?
Yes.
Then for the second guy, I take it for the second guy, you feel more comfortable?
Yeah.
Could you do the second guy and just so that I can, paste it here first, just to confirm? Okay, I'm gonna take your answer and put it in the Jamboard, right? Now, here's something that I want you to do yourself. I want you to confirm. Let me explain what confirm is. Confirm, what I mean by confirm is this thing. Do you understand what I mean? I am confirming my answer. Then I know whether I'm correct or not. Make sense?
Yeah.
We don't have an answer key, ma. So would you please confirm your answer? See for yourself whether you're correct or not. What do you think, Abigail? How is your confirmation?
It's wrong.
Right. Now, Abigail, watch how you deal with.
Yeah, I know.
Are you not sure that you're wrong, or are you certain that you're wrong?
I'm certain that I'm wrong.
I agree with you because the confirmation says so. It cannot be right, right?
Yeah.
What do you feel right now? Like, I'm serious. This is important. How do you feel right now? Knowing that you must be wrong.
Disappointed?
That is good. There is
Okay.
no other way around it. If you are a student who somehow wants to be correct, you should feel disappointed. There is no other feeling. If you don't feel anything, I think that's probably bad, right? Probably bad.
Yeah.
Here's the promise. If later you get it correct, without answer key, by the way, without answer key, you will feel even better than if you get it right the first time. That is hopefully what will happen. Let's try to achieve that before 12 o'clock, right? When the trial ends. Okay? Right?
Yes.
Now, I ask you to do only door. What is door, Abigail? Whatever you want.
Whatever you do on the left side, you do on the right side.
Right. So you do notice that the second guy is an equation. Therefore, there is a left-hand side and right-hand side. The first guy don't have. We're going to deal with the first guy, I think, not today because we don't have much time. But let's settle the second guy because you know you want to be correct. The first thing I do, believe it or not, is to write the equal sign. The equal sign will always be there. That is actually a very appropriate way to think, thinking-wise. Okay? Now, Abigail, what is your door? That's a very simple question. What do you want to do to the left or to the right? Because time is running out. Shall I give you 2?
Okay.
All right. What's your final goal? Isn't your final goal looking like this? Am I correct? X equals
Yeah.
to something.
Yeah.
Watch this X. Yeah? This x is, there is only one x. The x is alone. And the x is on top, meaning on the denominator, right? These are the three criteria of a final answer. One x, the x is alone, and it is on the denominator, meaning on top. Let's look at the original question. Look at the x. Is there only one x? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Good for you. Is the x alone? Does it look like the x is alone?
No.
No. Is the x on top, meaning on the denominator side? What I mean is that the x can look like this. Now, this x that is not on the denominator side. The x is on the bottom. That's some problem. Make sense?
Yes.
Do you have this problem here? Do you have this problem on the current question?
No.
Then you don't have to worry about it. So what problem you have? There's only one problem. The x is not alone. Make sense?
Yes.
Doldor can help you. Doldor can help you make the x alone. That's what we want to think. So make the x alone. He is not alone. Okay, what's the problem here? Who is the problem?
The 2.
The 2 and of course the -6, correct?
Yes.
According to your experience, which one is easier to deal with? That's up to you totally. That's up to you. Which one first?
6.
All right. Then Doldor. I'm asking you to not think about your teacher's method for a while. Doldor, so that this guy disappear from the left-hand side. What must you do? I'm shortening Doldor into DD. When I say DD, that means Doldor. Doldor plus 6, meaning left-hand side plus 6, right-hand side plus 6. Make sense, Abigail?
Yes.
Left-hand side plus 6. What happened?
Right-hand side.
No, left-hand side first. Left-hand side plus 6. What happened? 2x minus 6 plus 6. What happened? I'm going to write it down. It's obvious that this is not your teacher's style, but I can assure you, if you don't change that style, you will have a lot of trouble in Sec 2, like really a lot of trouble. 2x minus 6 plus 6, what happened? Right, that's the right answer.
Yeah.
So 2x minus 6 plus 6, what happened?
2x plus 6.
No. Try again. 2x minus 6 plus 6. Try again. What is that?
Just 2x.
Very good. Wait, does that make sense or not?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you like it that the left-hand side is only 2x? Do you like it?
Yes.
The Doldor seems useful. My point is something like this. If the Doldor is plus 5, would you like it? Can you plus 5 and plus 5? Is anybody stopping you from doing that?
No.
But would you like it?
No.
Okay, you get my point, right? So plus 6 seems to be a good idea because it gives you a nice thing, a nicer thing, right? Okay, so left-hand side 2x, right-hand side?
18.
All right, 18. So there you go. So far, so good, right?
Yeah.
Now, another Doldor, please. What's the problem here, Abigail? Hey, what's the problem here?
2.
2. So get rid of 2 with Doldor. How do you do that? I mean, it's not minus 2, just saying. It's not 2x minus 2. The 2 does not disappear, right? The x is not alone. What can you do so that the 2x becomes x only?
2x divided 2.
So the Doldor is what?
18 divided 2.
by 2, right? Some people say times half are same thing, same different, right? So what happens? The left-hand side is 2x divided by 2, right? That's our thinking, right? The right-hand side also 18 divided by 2. So what happened to left-hand side? Left-hand side is?
Just x.
X, which is what you like, right? And then right-hand side?
9.
9. There's no plus and minus here, just say, okay, that's only for square root, right? So you arrive at a final form, a final answer. Is this the final thing that you do? Do you stop here?
Yeah.
No. Pia, 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 pia. I'm assuming that you're my student. You're not my student, but if you're my student, I pia, 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 pia. You don't stop here.
You check.
You want to confirm? Yes. Please confirm. There is no answer key. Please check. Correct or not? So yeah, I'm communicating with Kak Moses, yeah. Elliot. So Abigail, is our new answer confirm or not? Confirm what?
Yeah.
Confirm correct or confirm wrong?
Confirm correct.
Confirm correct. So you know that what we're doing is correct lah, and you know the answer is correct and blah 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 without the answer key. Right? Now,
Yeah.
The time of trial is up, so we did not get to explain a few things. We did not get to do this. This is important. We did not get to do that, but in Sec 2, you'll be doing that anyway, right? So, one thing at a time, and not at the first day. This is not what they do at the first day. I'm just trying to introduce you what's going on. But we did not explain that. We end up revising more of our Sec 1 using a technique that I feel is much more suitable for Sec 2, Sec 3, and Sec 4. Basically, basically, yeah, right? Okay, so I have some idea about your style and how you think, right?
Yep.
You have any questions so far? Do you have a feel about my style? Yada yada yada.
No.
You don't have a feel about my style.
Wait.
Wait. Do you have any question first? Do you have any question remaining first?
No.
All right. Everything clear so far, yeah? Right. Do you have some idea about our style here?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me explain a few things before we make a leave. I'm going to stop my sharing. And then I'm going to start my video. Right? Okay. So this is a drawing pad. You have an Apple Pencil and everything. The Apple Pencil and drawing pad is not the most important thing. Right? All your seniors in tuition have a handphone stand. I hope I can show you. I'm running out of stock. If you're joining in, you will receive a handphone stand, very high. You got to put your handphone for Zoom on top, and then it will let me see your work down there on the table. Can you imagine that?
Yeah.
So what I'm interested in is to follow what you're doing, not you following what I'm doing. I mean, you have to follow what I'm doing when I explain lah. But most of the time, you will be doing what you're supposed to do, whatever homework lah, exam preparation lah, this lah, that lah. I think it's just easier if I follow you when you're writing on paper. Anyway, your writing is nice, so it will be easy for me to follow anyway. Make sense?
Yes.
So that's not what happened today. Today, I asked you to write also very difficult. You must use WhatsApp lah, this lah, that lah, cannot see Jamboard, whatever. It's just not an ideal setup today. In tuition, it should be much smoother. People just do and I follow, and I will make a very quick comment if I spot something of a mistake. If I need to explain longer, then we'll set aside a few minutes to explain, then continue doing what you do lah. That's the first thing. Okay, that's a very important difference. Yeah, the class is not you looking at me. The class is me looking at your work. I think that's better. Okay.
Okay.
Then secondly, the class is not, okay, let's say for Sec 2, let's say 2 hours is enough. I'm guessing that for you for a while, yeah, if you're joining, actually your algebra a bit wonky lah, the foundation, yeah. It's probably not gonna make you happy in Sec 2. So maybe if you're joining tuition at the start, it's 2 hours, right, per week. Now, it's not direct 2 hours. I find that to be not effective at all. right? Let me do a comparison with the Sec 3 student. So Sec 2 student, 2 hours, right? Sec 3 student, 3 hours. Sec 4 also 3 hours. How do they spend the 3 hours? It's very simple. I ask them to split to 3. Oh, Sunday. Sunday is the freshest. So meet me on Sunday, 1.5 hours at most. That's the longest, right? And then split the remaining 1.5 hours into 1 day or 2 days. That's just up to them. Some people choose 2 days, some people choose 3 days. I find that when they split their time, they are much more, fresh, more effective. So we never do something longer than 1.5 hours unless absolutely necessary. Now, your Sec 2 student, 2 hours is more than enough, right? You seem to understand quite fast. So even though we do 2 hours, we're going to split that to 2 days. So let's say 1 hour and 1 hour, maybe something like that. Maybe Sunday 1 hour and another day 1 hour. I think it's just better for the students. Okay, we're going to usually do them at night. So when you usually study anyway. So this is probably different from the other tuition that you may have heard of. Okay?
Okay.
Right. Any other concerns? Any other question? Do ask right now.
No, I don't have any other questions.
Right. So I said to your dad, usually, every student have trial, then student talk to parents lah. Right? So you talk to your dad first. Since it's your, just talk honestly how you feel. Then I'll just follow up with your parents.
Okay.
Right? I'll see you when I see you, Abigail.